Toyota is perhaps the most reputed car maker here in India, and Maruti Suzuki, as we all know, is a household name, one that has been consistently selling hatchbacks in massive numbers. Put them together and you get this, the Glanza. Now the Glanza is essentially a rebadged Maruti Baleno with a slightly different styling, and it has been around since 2019. And when Maruti presented the 2022 Baleno earlier this year, we all knew that there is a similar treatment incoming for the Glanza as well, and here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the new Toyota Glanza, and here are 5 reasons which I think make this car a solid choice in its segment, and 2 reasons which could be deal breakers. My name is Sagar and you're watching CarWale. What we have here is the AMT version, which is basically a manual gearbox but with an electronically controlled clutch and gear actuators. Naturally, it isn't as refined or seamless when it comes to going through the gears, but then you know what? It gets the job done really well. This is easily the finest form of AMT tech that we have seen so far, and I can vouch for that because my primary car is an AMT Ignis, and I can say for sure that the gear shifts on that are definitely not as seamless as they are on this new Glanza. In fact, the gear shifts are smooth on part throttle, and there is none of that obvious head nod that you experience while accelerating, especially from first to second and third. This AMT gearbox then is surprisingly seamless and also quite intuitive because you also get a manual mode for a better sense of involvement and driving fun. The K-Series engine on the Glanza is known for its efficiency, and for this 2022 update, it has been reworked to be even more frugal at everyday driving speeds. The car itself is quite light, weighing just 960 kilos, which I admit isn't great for perceived build quality, but then the upshot here is that it's incredibly fuel efficient. In our fuel economy test, the new Glanza managed to return 17.34 kilometers to a liter in the city and over 22 kmpl on the highway. The 2022 update has elevated the Glanza's equipment game big time. It's no longer pretty average, and in the top spec V variant, you get segment first features like 360-degree surround view camera and a heads-up display. Well, when I say segment first, it's only partially true because naturally the new Baleno also gets the same set of new features, right? Anyway, this HUD, it's pretty neat, and I also like how this 360-degree view camera, it's not just a gimmick because the visuals that it actually produces are quite clear, and that makes it very useful while parking. The Glanza also gets Maruti's new 9-inch display for the infotainment system, which is a huge departure from the old Smart Play Studio setup. Sure, it's not as snazzy looking as before, but it's packing a lot more of the new age tech. And if you ask me, this grown-up look for the UI works well for this Toyota badged vehicle. Other useful features include tilt and telescopic adjustment for the steering, cruise control, rear AC vents. And as for safety tech, the Glanza gets 6 airbags, ABS, ESP and ISOFIX anchor mounts for a child seat. Now, AMT technology is cost effective, there's no two ways about it, and the benefit of that is clearly reflected on the Glanza's pricing. With prices ranging between Rs 9.24 and Rs 11.53 lakhs on road, the Glanza Automatic is a whole lot more affordable than all its rivals. In comparison, the Hyundai i20 CVT range comes in between Rs 10.45 and Rs 12.77 lakhs, whereas the Honda Jazz CVT can be had for Rs 10.88 to Rs 12.30 lakhs depending on the variant. Toyota may not have as many touchpoints and service centers as Maruti, but their after-sales network is among the most reliable in India, just like their cars. Sure, the Glanza isn't really a Toyota product, but one can be fairly dependent on the service network for maintenance and repairs. The one area where the Glanza does better than the Baleno is warranty. In fact, the standard warranty on the Baleno is 2 years or 40,000 kilometers, but for the Glanza, Toyota is offering a standard warranty of 3 years or 1 lakh kilometers, whichever comes first. The 1.2-liter dual-jet engine that the Glanza now gets is quite high on character. It's extremely refined at low revs, is good enough for daily duties and makes a nice noise when you rev it. Like all BS6K series engines, it doesn't mind being revved, but it's just that you have to push it till 3,500–4,000 RPM to make quick progress. So it's clear that in the quest for more fuel efficiency, there has been a change in tuning for this engine, and as a result, the bottom end performance has definitely taken a hit, and overall the Glanza just doesn't seem as peppy as it used to. There's an added layer of plushness to the low speed ride in this 2022 update, and that's mainly because of the new suspension setup, which is relatively softer than before. There's also more suspension travel for it to absorb all the bumps and potholes in a better manner. However, because of the softer setup and the added travel, the Glanza doesn't stick to the road as well as we would like at highway speeds. Not like it's unnerving or anything, it's just that it's lacking high speed poise, and sometimes it tends to get affected by long undulations and waviness on the tarmac. So that's the new Toyota Glanza for you. It's grown up in all the right areas, has more equipment as standard, and more importantly, it's even more fuel efficient than before. Let us know in the comments if you agree with what we think are its pros and cons. And for more information like on-road pricing in your city, do visit our website carwale.com.